Okie dokie. So we're going to go into the first team fight you guys lost. Facing against Bakasura Hunbots, Terra, Hachi, and Ra. I don't really know what team. What's the team name for this right now? The enemy team's
It's
name. Whoever
um,
whoever it may be.
it's just like an
Just
in-house,
just an in-house.
basically.
Okay, for you guys is in-house, right? So this is the first team fight you guys lost in this game. There's already a bunch of inherent problems uh, based on taking objectives, but this is the first team fight you guys fought that you guys shouldn't have fought and that you guys lost. Well, I mean, you technically traded fine. Well, I mean, it was like Scotty was still up, and then no, actually, you guys lost in trades still. Like, I wouldn't even say that. You guys lost in trades, but you guys shouldn't even have lost, like, in trades because you're 45K, 40K. You guys could have had Fire Giant or whatever, maybe, a bunch of what ifs. But you guys lost this fight, and we're going to kind of talk about why you lost it. We're going to cover the YouTube video and then kind of cover uh, maybe a little bit of positioning in the in-game Smite client. So to kind of summarize, I think, you can listen right now.
Look for the red.
Block is in mid.
Hang on, I'm backing to pick up an item. Don't fight.
I'm backing to pick up an item, don't fight. At this point,
Okay.
Naja was pretty much almost in casting animation to fight, but Scotty said, "I'm backing, don't fight." At 27, pretty much 27:59, 27:49 actually is when the fighting pretty much started. Um, he said, "Don't fight," but we're sitting here fighting anyways. Scotty, we can sit down here and watch the timer. I think what was it, Scott? How long Scotty was gone for? Like 23 seconds. Scotty was
26.
gone. 26 seconds. Scotty was gone and not doing DPS because she was back at base for 26 seconds. Scotty right now is the entire reason why you guys were even able to trade even close. Like why the game wasn't just a complete. Well, this team fight wasn't a complete wipe because Scotty was there at the very end of it to clean up. Which is a problem because she told you not to fight, but we fought anyways, and she was gone and out of the team fight for 26 seconds. I can see why we're fighting right now because Naja was in animation for casting his sash, but at that point it should have been not to fight, and instead of like the support saying be careful mid, the call should have been retreat middle lane, like we said not to fight, or the mid laner should have insisted kind of babysat, like I said, like, guys, I said not to fight, let's not fight, or retreat, guys, I'm not there. Or retreat, guys, I'm not there. But instead of saying nothing, and he ran straight to base to get the fight, we should have been, guys, I'm not there, we need to retreat, or whatever it may be. Or you guys could have fought for the Fire Giant, and he would have been there a lot quicker, or if not there already, while the enemy team was pushing up to fight you guys. Because right now we're fighting for we're fighting for a tower, but we could be fighting for that T2 tower with Fire Giant buff, and you guys could have been a lot more powerful because sieging still is pretty hard to do without the Fire Giant buff. Anyways, so
Careful.
That's
Be
Baka,
careful
dude.
mid, careful mid.
we're fighting.
Who's next to me?
We're dedicating so much on the Terra. Chalk just called Hunbots is right next to me, so we should have in our back of our minds that Hunbots is behind us because that's where he's going to be coming from, is behind us.
He's looped.
There was Sentry right there.
Chalk
Damn,
still
I was
sees him.
hoping I could get Baka with that, but no, I'm bad.
Faded said he was hoping he could get Baka with his sash, I think is what it is.
Bad, dude. I'm so bad.
Hey guys, what's up?
Saying that you're bad or saying, hey guys, what's up? Kind of irrelevant information. We're kind of having fun. That's fine. I'm not going to nitpick it. But when it comes to a vital team fight, we're not supposed to be using valuable space in the communications for saying that you're bad at the game because you're not bad at the game. You are where you are because you're good at the game. It's not needed information.
All right,
Who's behind me?
Hunbots is behind me. That's a big call in this team fight because Hunbots is definitely behind you because the second that Chalk said that, you guys got ganked by Hunbots. Like I said, in the back of your mind, you should have known Hunbots was there, and you guys got ganked, and you guys got ulted by the Hunbots, and then you guys ended up, Naja ended up getting put out of position for that reason. Hunbots ulted him. So, and then Naja dies. And Naja, as you saw earlier when it came to that team fight in solo lane, he is inherently and very visibly big right now. It's very strong. Because he was able to come into that team fight and wipe up and kill like everybody. You guys got a team wipe there, and Naja dying is a big problem because he is a large part of your damage, and him dying means that you have a huge potential to lose the game because right now he's carrying your team in damage. Plus, on top of that, with Naja dying, Scotty not being there, you guys fighting a 3v5 with a Freya, Artio, and then a Chalk, like you're just not going to be able to do enough damage to really do anything. So to go off of that call, Chalk saying Hoonbots is beside me or Hoonbots is behind us, the thing that Chalk should have done is kept on insisting that Hoonbots is behind us, like Hoonbots is going to blink ult if he has blink, or Hoonbots is going to do whatever flank and ult. Or Chalk should have zoned and should have made sure that that didn't happen. Try to put him in combat so that Hoonbots would have walked in instead of blinked in, because him blinking in causes him to cast and put you guys in a bad position faster instead of him walking in and jumping in and having his mobility down to where that wouldn't be a problem. So Hoonbot's ults, I think Naja beats, but then took him up into the air. Okay, so you can see in the very back of this that Scotty is still running from T2, T1 tower, so he's still not in the fight yet. If Scotty was in that fight before you got, when he said not to fight, like Hachiman shouldn't have been in the position to do that. Like the further along in the in this team fight that you can see, Scotty is able to ult and like literally delete like Hachiman and just do a bunch of damage. And him being here like in your guys' backline is a problem. And Scotty is able to deal with that because he deals a lot of damage and she's ahead of him, and that shouldn't have even have been a thing. Right?
Terra ult, back up, Hachi's behind.
So then Bakasura ults you guys. You guys have no damage to deal with that because Naja is not, Naja is an ability caster, and his AoEs aren't really able to, his autos, sorry, aren't able to do a lot of damage to a Bakasura. So you guys need to have something to fight off that Baka right now, and your damage is still not here. Like you still have nothing to fight off that Bakasura. Freya already wasted her ultimate to deal DPS. I want to see what the Freya ulted for real fast. We'll kind of like meet the comms. We'll see why Freya ulted. Freya's ult should be saved for the Baka ult because Hoonbots is building tanky and he's not able to deal a lot of damage to you. So Freya ultimate should have been saved for the Baka for the assassin. So why is Freya in the air? Freya's in the air because Hoonbots ulted. Freya used her ult to push forward a little bit too much to deal DPS. Now her ult's down and Bakasura engages, and she has no inherent way to get out of that except to fight him. But Scotty's still not there. Like, Baka being level 13 and then your Scotty being level 15, like, he should be dead right now. He's surrounded by 4 people. He should be dead. But Baka ends up jumping and getting out and then ends up killing Freya, which is a big problem. So you're losing Freya's DPS because Baka's still alive when he should be dead right now because Scotty would have been in the position to kill him. He shouldn't have been able to jump out because he would have been crippled by Scotty's ultimate if she was there. Okay, the call right here, Chalk kills Baka. Hey, he says, I'm looping around. Chalk instead doesn't loop around straight to Scotty going this direction. He's just in his mind, he's trying to survive. And by time, he loops backwards. And Scotty has to come back again because the call wasn't to bait them into Scotty. Chalk ends up dying. I don't know. Does Chalk die? No. Chalk insists on keep pushing.
He lives.
And then we push Raw out. But Raw comes back and he ults because his ult's up. He gets his ult up again. Right now in your head, you should be thinking, what's Raw's effective range on killing me right now? His effective range is very long because his ult's going to come up, and you're in the positioning for Raw to kill you. So, I mean, to kind of summarize that fight, you shouldn't have fought anyways. You shouldn't have dedicated so much ability time on Terra. Baka backs. We're focusing so much on Terra. What's the support's job? What's the solo lane's job? To soak up damage, take abilities. Wasting so much time on Terra. Buys so much time for Terra. The call was that Hoonbots was behind us. He does come in flank, like I said. So Naja, surrounded by 3 people right now. Sashes, he gets deleted by Raw. He's trying to back up. Scotty just now got there. It was 26 seconds, so she wasn't there dealing damage. Look how much damage she just did to Bakasura by herself right there. Hachiman's still alive. Shouldn't even have been alive because he ulted you on the back line. So yeah, so just glaring problems, and then of course, you know, Chalk says here, he says I'm looping around, and he doubles back, you guys get kills, whatever. So that's, to summarize, that fight shouldn't have happened to begin with because your main source of damage was not there at all, and I mean, there's nothing else to it. Like, you guys shouldn't be fighting with a 5-man fight without your you know, your mid laner being there. Yeah. That's all. I mean, that's really all I got. You got anything to add, Banana?
Yep.
Yep. You do? Nope.
No.
All right. That's it.